Bonjour, les étudiants of class 10. Hope you're doing good. So next week we got a midterm test. So this week, this session will be revision 1. Okay, so we'll be just revising the exercises of lesson 1 and 2. Okay, it will be a very quick revision because we got 20 exercises to cover in the slides. So we'll be just reading it, and a very small explanation will be given. So if you got doubts, okay, you can just check our previous videos when we saw the lesson exercises. And if you still got doubts, okay, you can just leave a message. Okay, so voila. And now we'll get into the slides. And here it is, the portion, la météo, and qu'est-ce que tu as pensé. Okay, the first lesson and the second lesson will be the portion for the first midterm, la météo et qu'est-ce que tu as pensé. And here is the pattern. Okay, so the pattern, it's actually the translations will be having 2. Okay, so each one carries 5 marks, so it will be for 10 marks. So the dialogue will be given in French. You go to translate to English, and then the exercises, you'll be having 4 exercises, the book back exercises. So each carries 5 marks, so it's 20 marks. And then the composition, you'll be having 2, and so you don't have any choice. Okay, there is no choice, you got to write both. Okay, so it's for 10 marks. And the opposites will be 5 marks. Okay, 5 opposites will be asked, and you got to write all the 5, no choice. And the question answers again, so 5, so no choice, you got to attend all the 5 for 5 marks. Okay, so the composition, everything will be from the first 2 lessons. Okay, it's not from the third lesson, so third lesson it's not in the portion. Okay, so now we'll go for the exercises of lesson 1. Lesson 1, la météo. Mettez les phrases suivantes au futur proche. Je vais voir les tableaux de Renoir. Okay, so the future proche, you know the rule. You conjugate the verb aller in present, then you add the infinitive form of the verb. Okay, so in this exercise, the verb will be given in present tense, will be conjugated in present tense. So you got to find the infinitive form, then you got to add it with the verb aller. Je vais voir les tableaux de Renoir. I am going to see the paintings of Renoir. Quelle langue étrangère tu vas apprendre à l'école? So what foreign language you are going to learn at school? Okay, tu vas apprendre, apprendre, to learn. Les élèves vont sortir à midi. The students are going to go out at noon. Vont sortir. Mes parents vont acheter une nouvelle maison. My parents are going to buy a new house. Vont acheter. Tu vas composter un email à ton ami. Okay, tu vas composer, composter. So you're going to write an email to your friend. Okay, va composer. So the second exercise now. Mettez les phrases suivantes au futur proche. So again in futur proche. Je vais visiter les bouquinistes du quai de la Seine. So I'm going to visit the booksellers in the quay, in the platform of Seine. Okay, the sides, banks of Seine. Vous n'allez pas accompagner les enfants à l'école. So you're not going to accompany the kids to the school. Okay, vous n'allez pas accompagner. If it's a negation, the ne and pas will be placed before and after the verb aller. Okay, not accompagner. So vous n'allez pas accompagner les enfants à l'école. So third one, je vais annoncer la nouvelle de ma promotion à mes parents. So I'm going to announce the news of my promotion, or I'm going to announce my promotion news to my parents. Je vais annoncer. So the last before one, les élèves vont apprendre le poème de Ronsard par cœur. So the students, the pupils are going to learn the Ronsard poem by heart. Par cœur means by heart. Vont apprendre. Apprendre, to learn. So the last one, tu vas consulter un astrologue. Tu vas consulter. Oui, so you're going to consult an astrologue. Oui, so tu vas consulter. So now the third exercise, mettez les verbes entre parenthèses au futur simple ou le futur proche. Okay, so here we got to use future simple or future proche. So hope you remember the rule for future simple. Okay, you got to find the radical first. Okay, if it's an er ending verb, the radical will be the same as the infinitive form. Okay, so if it's an irregular pardon, if it's an irregular verb, you got to remember the radicals. Okay, So l'année prochaine, je rentrerai des États-Unis avec mes parents. So the next year, I will return from United States with my parents. So rentrerai, so rentrer the verb, so it's an er ending verb. You just add the endings. The endings are quite similar to the verb avoir in present. Oui. So the second one, demain il va pleuvoir sans doute. Okay, so tomorrow it's going to rain. Okay, it is going to rain without any doubt. Okay, va pleuvoir. Pleuvoir, it's an impersonal verb. Okay, so il va pleuvoir sans doute. So third one, dans quelques minutes l'avion va atterrir à Paris CDG. So in some minutes, the aeroplane will land in Paris CDG, Charles de Gaulle, the name of the airport. Okay, so va atterrir. The last before one, bientôt nous rendrons visite à nos grands-parents. So soon we will render a visit. We will visit our grandparents. Okay, so bientôt we used. So we use future simple. Rendrons, the verb rendre to be conjugated, not visiter. Okay, so the visit we don't change anything. So visit remains visit. So the verb rendre will be conjugated in future simple. So the last one, le médecin va arriver dans une heure. So le médecin, the doctor will arrive in 1 hour. Va arriver, it's going to come. Okay, it's going to arrive in 1 hour. So the fourth exercise, conjuguer les verbes au futur simple. So conjugate the verbs in future simple. So nous visiterons le planétarium avec nos professeurs de l'école. Okay, so we will visit the planetarium avec the teachers of the school teachers, with our school teachers. Okay. Demain c'est dimanche, je ferai la grasse matinée. So tomorrow it's Sunday, so I will wake up late. Okay, je ferai la grasse matinée, which means I will wake up late. So it's actually the verb faire. Okay, the radical of the verb faire for future sample, it's F-E-R, F-E-R. Okay, don't forget. And C, vous ne sortirez pas avec vos amis ce soir. You will not go out with your friends this evening. Okay, you will not go out with your friends this evening. So sortir, it's a TIR ending verb. Okay, it's a TIR ending verb. So same way like the ER ending verbs, the TIR ending verbs will be having the same spelling as the infinitive form for the radical. Okay, vous ne sortirez pas. Nous nous amuserons beaucoup pendant les vacances d'hiver. So s'amuser, the verb. Okay, the radical, it's actually amuser, ER. So nous nous amuserons, it's s'amuser, the verb. Okay, pronominal form. So the S apostrophe changes to nous again. So it's used in future simple. Nous nous amuserons beaucoup pendant les vacances d'hiver. So we will enjoy a lot during the winter holidays. So Emily apprendra une nouvelle langue ce semestre. So Emily will learn a new language this semester. So the verb apprendre, so it's an RE ending verb. If it's an RE ending verb, you just cut E, the last E, so in order to get the radical. So Emily apprendra une nouvelle langue ce semestre. So the fifth exercise, mettez les phrases suivantes au futur simple. Mettez les phrases suivantes au futur simple. L'invité d'honneur prendra la parole à la fin de la cérémonie d'ouverture. Okay, so again, future proche. So the verb prendre, okay, it's an RE ending verb. Okay, it's irregular but RE ending. You cut E. So prendre with R, it's the radical. So then you add the endings. So l'invité d'honneur, the guest. Okay, so the honorable guest will take the speech at the end of the opening ceremony. Mon ami s'occupera de mes chats pendant mon absence. So my friend will take care of my cats during my absence. Okay, s'occupera, it's an ER ending verb. Okay, so voilà. Demain, le cours de littérature française commencera à midi. So tomorrow, the French literature class will start at noon. Commencer, it's an ER ending verb. So the last before one, cette fois nous fêterons le Pongal dans notre village natal. So cette fois means this time. This time we will celebrate Pongal in our native village. We will celebrate. Fêter, it's actually an ER ending verb. So the last one, le week-end prochain nous irons en Normandie pour les vacances. So the next weekend we will go to Normandie. Okay, Normandie, it's a place. Nous irons en Normandie pour les vacances, for the vacation. The verb is aller. Okay, the verb aller is conjugated in future simple. So IR, you can't normally guess this thing. Okay, IR, it's a radical of the verb aller in future simple. Okay, so try to remember this. So moving to the sixth exercise, mettez les verbes au temps voulu. Okay, you got to put the verbs in the tense, convenient tense. It's actually if condition. Okay, so if condition, same way like in English. Si tu es malade, if you are sick, okay, ne va pas à l'école, don't go to school. Don't go to school, it's an imperative form. So same way we'll be using in French. Ne va pas à l'école, you can see there is no subject. Si tu es malade, if you're sick, ne va pas à l'école. So second one, s'il pleut, prends ton imperméable. S'il pleut, if it rains, prends ton imperméable. Again we use so si, if plus condition present. Okay, so then we use imperative, the imperative. So prends ton imperméable, which means take your raincoat. Take your raincoat. So prends ton imperméable. Ton is given, so we use the tu form. Okay. Third one, si vous voulez partir très tôt, envoyez tout de suite la lettre au client. So si vous voulez partir très tôt, if you want to leave soon, if you want to leave early, okay, envoyez tout de suite la lettre au client. So send immediately the letter to the client. Okay, it's actually the boss is talking to his secretary maybe. Okay, so if you want to leave soon, if you want to leave early, so send the letter immediately to the client. Okay, so envoyer, again we use imperative. So the last before one, s'il n'y a pas de courant, if there is no current, if there is no power, nous ne pourrons pas regarder le match. We cannot watch the match. We could not watch the match. Okay, so the first half it's actually si if condition plus present tense. The second half we can use imperative or future simple. Okay, so nous ne pourrons pas regarder le match. We could not watch the match. The last one, les écoliers joueront au football s'il fait beau. Okay, so it's actually in inverse. S'il fait beau at the last, if condition plus present tense. So the same way like the last before sentence, we use future simple. Les écoliers joueront au football. The school students will play football if the weather is good. Okay, so the seventh exercise, it's actually a comparison. Faites des phrases avec les éléments de la comparaison. Ladakh, Kadlour, faire froid. Il fait plus froid à Ladakh qu'à Kadlour. Okay, it's more cold than in Ladakh than in Kadlour. L'Inde, la France, être grand. L'Inde est plus grande que la France. Okay, don't forget to add an E for grande because the adjectives will be doing the agreement, l'accord. Oui. So, l'Himalaya, les Alpes, être haut. L'Himalaya est plus haut que les Alpes. Okay, so est plus haute, okay, it's higher, okay, it's taller than the Alps. Oui. So, la panthère, le lion courir vite. La panthère court plus vite que le lion. So the panther runs faster than the lion. Oui. So la rose, le coquelicot, être parfumé. La rose est plus parfumée que le coquelicot. So parfumé, you got to add one more E, same way like the second one, third one, because la rose, l'Himalaya, l'Inde, they are feminine. Okay, so voilà. So the eighth one, répondez au négatif. Répondez au négatif, answer in negation. Tu as déjà fini tes devoirs. You already finished your homeworks. If déjà is in, so we'll be using pas encore in the answer. No, je n'ai pas encore fini mes devoirs. No, I haven't yet finished my homeworks. Second one, la secrétaire a déjà quitté le bureau. No, elle n'a pas encore quitté le bureau. No, she hasn't yet quit the office. Il reste des framboises à la maison. So there are strawberries left at home. Okay, no, il ne reste plus de framboises à la maison. No, there is no more strawberries left at home. Okay, so plus de will be using. Il reste des if it's used. Est-ce qu'il reste des exercices à finir? Okay, are there any exercises left to finish? No, il ne reste plus d'exercices à finir. No, so there are no more exercises left to finish. So the last one, vous avez déjà visité la Tour Eiffel? Have you already visited the Eiffel Tower? Okay, no, je n'ai pas encore visité la Tour Eiffel. No, I haven't yet visited the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so that's it. And so the ninth exercise now, trouvez la question, go to find the question. Vous avez déjà reçu le visa Schengen? Okay, you have already received the Schengen visa? No, nous n'avons pas encore reçu le visa Schengen. Same way like the previous exercise. So, but here we got to pose a question. Okay, nous n'avons pas encore reçu le visa Schengen. So we got pas encore in the answer. So in the question we use vous avez déjà. Oui. So second one, non, nous ne prenons jamais le métro. So you can just ask, vous prenez le métro? Okay, vous prenez toujours le métro? Even that can be asked. Okay, so third one, non, il ne reste plus de fromage chez nous. No, there are no more cheese left at home. So the question can be like, il reste du fromage chez vous? Okay, so voilà, so there are a cheese left at home. Il a déjà démissionné, pardon, elle a déjà démissionné. So non, elle n'a pas encore démissionné. Pas encore, so déjà. Il reste des chocolats. There are chocolates remaining. Are there chocolates remaining? Oui, il reste beaucoup de chocolat. Okay, so the answer is given. Oui, il reste beaucoup de chocolat. So the question will be like, il reste des chocolats. Voilà. So the last exercise. Relier les deux colonnes. So you got to link the two columns. It's match. S'il fait du vent. So here the green ones are the answers. S'il fait du vent, je reste à la maison. Si vous voulez de l'argent, allez à la banque. Nous viendrons chez vous si nous passons par Paris. Si j'ai le temps, je visiterai le palais de Nyack. Travaillez dur si vous voulez de bonnes notes. Okay, so if it's windy, I stay at home. If you want some money, go to the bank. We'll come to your house if we pass through Paris. If I got time, I'll visit the Nyack Palace. Work hard if you want to get some good marks. So now the lesson 2, qu'est-ce que tu as pensé? Mettez les verbes au passé composé. Okay, so passé composé, we have seen it many times. Nous sommes montés en voiture. Okay, so we climbed the car. Oui. Ma mère est allée chez le dentiste. My mom went to the dentist. Est allée. Le musicien Ravi Shankar est né en Inde. So the Ravi Shankar musician was born in India. Le stagiaire a visité les châteaux de la Loire. So the trainee visited the Loire Château, Loire Castle. La vendeuse est partie tôt. The seller, the sales girl, has left soon, has left early. Okay, so Dr. Mrs. Van der Trams, it's really important. The list of verbs you got to remember. So just the fourth sentence comes with a verb. The verb visiter, it's not a part of Dr. Mrs. Van der Trams. So the second exercise, mettez les phrases à la forme négative. So the verbs are given in passé composé. The sentence is in passé composé. You got to change it to negation. Les feuilles n'ont pas commencé à tomber. So the ne and pas will be used before and after the auxiliary verb. So les feuilles n'ont pas commencé à tomber. So the leaves haven't started falling. Oui? Les enfants n'ont pas préparé leur cartable. So n'ont pas préparé. So the children haven't prepared their school bags. Je n'ai pas acheté de forêt noire à la pâtisserie. Okay, so un or win changes to the. Okay, in negation. So je n'ai pas acheté de forêt noire à la pâtisserie. So I did not buy any black forest in the pastry. Okay, so pâtisserie it means pastry. Ils n'ont pas joué de piano. So they did not play any piano. So again the we change. So the last one, il n'a pas fait de crêpes pour ce soir. He did not make any pancakes for this evening. So the third exercise, auxiliaire avoir ou être, mettez la forme convenable. You just got to find the auxiliary. Okay, so ils sont rentrés du voyage hier soir. So they returned from the trip yesterday evening. Elle est tombée dans le jardin sur le pavé glissant. Okay, so she fell in the garden over the slippery tile. Elle a vu ce film plusieurs fois. She saw this movie a lot of times. Nous sommes nés dans un petit village près de la mer. We were born in a small village near to the sea. Vos parents et vous avez passé une semaine à Paris. Your parents and you spent a week in Paris. Okay, so it's all about Dr. Mrs. Van der Trams. Okay, so if it's Dr. Mrs. Van der Trams, rentrer, tomber, naître, passer. Pardon, not passer. So these will be used in with être, and the verb voir and passer will be used with avoir. The verb passer can be used both using être and avoir. But here the meaning of passer is to spend, so we'll be using with avoir. So the fourth exercise, complétez avec les participes passés, faites attention à l'accord. So l'enfant a récité le poème plusieurs fois pour mémoriser. So the child recited the poem several times to memorize. So you got to find the past participle. Okay, so réciter, it's given in infinitive form. Okay, so you got to find the past participle. If it's an ER ending verb, you cut R, add an accent. Okay, les touristes français sont rentrés d'Agra. So les touristes françaises, the French tourists, returned from Agra. So but actually here the verb rentrer should be conjugated with être. So the fourth step you remember, so you got to add or es if it's feminine, feminine plural, and so on. Okay, so les touristes françaises, it's feminine plural, so we add es. So third one, elle est arrivée à quelle heure au bureau? So she arrived or she reached to the office at what time? So elle, it's actually feminine, so we use one more e with the past participle arrivé. It happens only for the verbs which are conjugated with être, not with avoir. Okay, so l'école a permis aux étudiants de partir en excursion. The school allowed the students to leave an excursion. Okay, so permis, it's actually the verb permettre. It should be conjugated with avoir, so no need to see for the accord. Okay, no need to do the accord. So the last sentence, les ouvriers sont entrés dans le bureau du directeur sans permission. The workers or the laborers entered in the office, okay, entered in the director's office without permission. Okay, so here we have conjugated with the verb être. So entrer will be with s, les ouvriers, it's plural. Voilà. So we'll move to the fifth exercise. Écrivez les phrases suivantes au passé. So you just got to change aujourd'hui to hier. Okay, so aujourd'hui mes amis de France. Okay, yesterday, so today my friends from France reached Pondicherry, arrived to Pondicherry by aeroplane, by flight. So you got to change that whole paragraph to passé composé, past tense. So aujourd'hui will be changed to hier, then just the verbs will be changed. Hier, mes amis de France sont arrivés à Pondicherry en avion. Ils ont visité l'église de Notre-Dame des Anges. Ils ont mangé dans un restaurant indien. Ils sont allés à Auroville et à la plage. Ils ont acheté des cadeaux dans des boutiques. Okay, so careful with the verb aller and arriver. So they belong to Dr. Mrs. Van der Tram's list. So it should be with être, and they should be having the accord. Okay, so it's actually mes amis. It's masculine plural, so we add s. Okay, same way for aller. So the seventh exercise, complétez les phrases avec les pronoms relatifs qui, que ou où. Okay, so complete the sentences using the relative pronouns qui, que or où. Okay, so le géographe a exploré un pays exotique où il va souvent. Okay, so the geographist has explored the country, an exotic country, where he often goes. Okay, so if it's a place we are mentioning, we'll be using où. Okay, we'll be using the relative pronoun where, où, ou. Okay, so second one, j'adore la littérature qui est une matière intéressante. So I adore literature, which is an interesting subject. So here qui is replacing the subject. Okay, la littérature. So we'll be using qui. Okay, so we are replacing the subject of the second half of the sentence. So we'll be using qui. Qui est une matière intéressante, and same way for qui. After qui there will be always a verb. Okay? Voilà. So third one, le gâteau aux amandes est un dessert que tout le monde aime. Okay, so le gâteau aux amandes est un dessert. So you can see the second half of the sentence. Tout le monde aime ce gâteau. Okay, so tout le monde aime le gâteau aux amandes. So actually here we are replacing the object of the second half of the sentence. So we'll be using que. So and same way, after qui there will be a verb. After que there will be a subject. Tout le monde, it's actually the subject. Okay. So the last before one, j'aime les contes de Charles Perrault que je lis même maintenant. So I love the tales or the stories of Charles Perrault, so that I read even now. Okay, so je lis même maintenant les contes de Charles Perrault. So after the subject verb, we can use les contes de Charles Perrault in the second half. So we are replacing the object of the sentence. So we'll be using que. J'apprends le français qui m'aidera à trouver un bon travail. So I'm learning French, which will help me to find a good job. Okay, so you can see after qui there is a verb, aider. Okay, so we'll be using qui. Okay, so le français m'aidera à trouver un bon travail. Okay, so the French will help me to find a new job. So we are replacing the subject. Voilà. So the eighth exercise, it's same way. Okay, we got to use qui, que, ou. Je lis une pièce de théâtre qui est passionnante. So I'm reading a storybook, a drama, okay, which is passionate. Okay, so after qui you can see the verb. Okay, la pièce de théâtre est passionnante. So we are replacing the subject. Second one, en France, nous avons rencontré une fille que mes voisins connaissent. So que it's used, so an object is replaced. Mes voisins connaissent la fille. Okay, so my neighbors know the girl. So we are replacing the object of the sentence. So we use que. So the third sentence, nous visitons souvent notre village natal où je suis né. Okay, so we are talking about a place. So obviously we'll be using où. We are visiting often. We visit often our native village where I was born. Je vais chez le fleuriste qui vend des fleurs magnifiques. So I'm going to the florist, okay, who sells some magnificent flowers. Qui vend, so after qui you can see the verb, and so qui replaces the subject. Le fleuriste vend des fleurs magnifiques. Okay, so qui. So the last one, j'aime le poème Correspondance que Baudelaire a écrit. J'aime le poème Correspondance. I like the poem Correspondance that Baudelaire a écrit. Okay, which Baudelaire a écrit. So Baudelaire a écrit le poème Correspondance. We are replacing the object, so we use que. So the ninth exercise, compléter avec la forme féminine de l'adjectif. So you got to write the feminine form of the adjectives, except the second one. So as you know, the adjectives will be taking the masculine form, feminine form. The default form is masculine. So if it's the subject is feminine, we go to add e and make some changes. Cette fille est travailleuse. Ce quartier est bruyant à cause de la circulation. Okay, so this area is noisy because of the traffic. Okay, so the first sentence, cette fille est travailleuse. This girl is hard worker. La valise est légère. The suitcase it's lightweight. C'est une ville ancienne. It's an old city, ancient city. Elles sont nombreuses. They are numerous. Okay, so careful with the masculine, feminine. Okay, at times we'll be adding just a e with the masculine form. At times we'll be adding sc in the place of r. Okay, at times we'll be adding ne, and at times we'll be adding se. Okay, in the place of x. So the 10th exercise, the same way, faites l'accord des adjectifs. La pièce de théâtre est très ennuyeuse. Okay, so the drama, it's very boring. Ennuyeuse, it's given in feminine form. L'actrice a une voix aiguë. Okay, so the actress got a sharp voice, high-pitched voice. La chanteuse est d'une qualité exceptionnelle. So the singer, okay, has an exceptional quality. So qualité it's feminine, so we use exceptionnel, the feminine form. We add le. Okay, so aigu, it's actually in words feminine, so we add e at the last, and pièce de théâtre it's feminine also, so in the place of x we add se. So l'histoire du film est nulle. The story of the movie, it's null, it's nothing, zero. So l'histoire, it's feminine, so we add LE with NUL. Les décors du film sont bien naturels, so the decor, okay, so les décors, which means the settings of the movie, it's well natural, okay, so it's masculine plural, so we just add S. Okay. So that's it, guys. So the other translation, question answers, opposites, composition, please revise at home. Okay, so prepare properly and write genuinely. All the best for the exam. So take care, write neatly. So see ya, take care.